And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 17 action of the Men's Premier League here, live at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. And we have an encounter between University AZZURI FC and Hellenic Athletic Club. Entering this match, you have third place Hellenic taking on sixth place University AZZURI FC. Of course, Hellenic with a victory tonight will see them momentarily return to the summit of the Men's Premier League table. And of course, Casuarina and Mindul, who are first and second respectively, are in action tomorrow afternoon and night. But our attention is firmly focused on this evening's contest, and they've played each other twice in the Men's Premier League, 2022, and both times Hellenic came out on top. They were victorious in both meetings, 3-1 on the 29th of July and 5-3 on the 29th of April. And they'll be looking to add a third on the 19th of August. But University AZZURI, of course, two massive inclusions in their side. Missing last weekend due to suspension were Moses and Safari Makuju, so they're back into the starting fray for Dimi Galanopoulos' side. Hellenic Athletic Club looking fairly consistent. They do welcome back Alex Fitzmaurice, who comes into a starting position, and then backing up from last week's awesome debut is Federico Badia. The Argentine will keep his place in the Blues starting 11. It'll be a fascinating encounter to see that dynamic of Safari Makuju, Ethan Camero, Oliver Johnson and Kai Bernard playing in that attacking sense this evening, and see if they can put some threat on the goal of Kane McAdam and Hellenic. University AZZURI, right to left on your screens, all in blue, and away they go. Camero back to Missouri, and now Saeed. A goalkeeper there, Dylan McNevin, who returns to the starting 11, has had a lengthy absence in the AZZURI starting team. Joshua Manucci, the young goalkeeper, doing a very suitable role and job thus far, but tonight it is Dylan McNevin who is preferred. Thrown in by Saeed to Bernard. Back to Adil Saeed, and now Badia coming in there. Need to get a challenge in early. Stefanidakis, Emerson Mashamango now. Carpathios heads back to Fitzmaurice. His first pass return is not so good, given away to Jallo. Now Camero, Delembo looks to go forward, and Fitzmaurice beaten to it by Johnson. Now back to Jallo. Now the captain, Callum Kerr, looking to send it long here. A little too long. Quite high and not able to be brought down there by Johnson on that occasion. Throw in for Hellenic. Comes back here for Ujeke. And now Kane McAdam looks to come forward, and Mashamango receives. Now Federico Badia back across the field. George Carpathios in a great position to receive, and he comes forward for Ujeke. He looks for a long through ball. Not enough pace to get onto that Fitzmaurice, but Callum Kerr is there for AZZURI and looks to clear long. He clears diagonally, but only to Mashamango. Now Matthew McNabb turning on Bernard and allowing Saeed to come across and get a challenge in, and now off goes Safari Makuju, away from Alexander Turner. In comes Safari Makuju, and a strike is high, and it's over the bar. Had Alexander Turner beat there, and goalkeeper Kane McAdam will be very thankful that was over his bar and not forced into an attempted save this early on, but warning signs are certainly there of the threat that Safari Makuju can pose. And we will sure to see more of those opportunities come into the match. Hellenic on the meantime with possession in their defensive half. Jeke looking to carry it forward now. Nicholas Stefanidakis away from Delembo. And still with Nicholas Stefanidakis. Looks to go wide. McNabb comes back to receive and now comes against Makuju. And now it's Karpathios. Turner. To Karpathios. Heads all the way back to his goalkeeper here. Kane McAdam moments ago. Not quite required for the save, but certainly was a flash at goal. Turner. Alex Turner there, captain. Federico Badia. Now Matthew McNabb cuts inside. Takes the pace and power and looks to play it through here for Simon Bell. McNevin comes out. Bell looks to turn around, play a ball into the box. Rises there's Paraskos Coombe. It'll fall down as well. Jallo clears momentarily. Now Safari Makuju looks to come to the fray ahead of Mashamango. Does so. Look to play it forward for Johnson. And Alexander Turner away with possession. Paraskos Coombe back to Stefanidakis. Rides the challenge of Ethan Camero and remains with possession. Moses Makuju coming in here. And there is a foul on the left back. Free kick to Hellenic. Now Turner proceeds forward. Looking for McNabb. Saeed cut out the channel. And he comes forward. Safari Makuju takes a great touch. Looking to steam forward as well with pace and power. Karpathios comes away. Badia to Stefanidakis, and he heads back for Tega Ajeke. Now Matthew McNabb has found himself in a good area of space, and you look to attack Saeed and cut inside. Matthew McNabb with pace comes forward. Bell gets contact and slices off the boot, and it's still alive here for the moment. Eventually it'll come dead for a Hellenic throw. Stefanidakis back to Coombe. Now Mashamango. It'll be first time. No, it's not. So it comes back. Jeke. He looks to thread a ball in. Callum Kerr intercepts. Fitzmaurice gets a header to it, but it only goes backwards. Turner. Fitzmaurice. Outside of the football, looking for McNabb, and Saeed just gets a touch off that and follows it through out of play. Good skill there from Fitzmaurice to come forward. Saeed will get the ball for Azzurri though. Looking to turn away immediately was Makuju. Turner played the ball and now Hellenic away. Stefanidakis looking for the ball through for Coombe, and that one unfortunately just sliding through. Too much pace on that one and out of play. Jallo now throws down the line. Johnson looking to come, and he plays a lofted ball here. McAdam comes, it goes up into the air, and he does bring it down as well and play it across for Fitzmaurice. A bit of nervy times there for the Hellenic number one, but he handled it well. Now Turner. Dinks it wide for Fitzmaurice. Finds Matthew McNabb here in this nestled wide position. Coming inside for Stefanidakis. Good challenge in there from Bernard. And still Camero. Makuju in there as well. Delembo tried to help it on, but eventually played back there by Stefanidakis to Kane McAdam. Ajeke. Karpathios. And brought to ground there. Free kick for Hellenic. Their captain sends them forward. Matthew McNabb turning away from Camero and sending it wide, looking for Fitzmaurice. Saeed will come to contest. Azzurri is their front post. He gets to it and beats the opposing number 17 there in Simon Bell. Turner gets a touch as well. Comes in onto the slide tackle. Wins the ball, Alexander Turner. Nice captain's challenge, that one. Fitzmaurice across to Badia. Now Ajeke. Forward comes Tega Ajeke. He did dink one into the box. It comes perfectly weighted, and Matthew McNabb striking first time. Good ball through for the Hellenic number 23, and the contact wasn't bad either. And goes over the bar there, unfortunate for the Hellenic forward. Goal kick taken quickly. Paraskos Coombe. Callum Kerr going to come away from Bell. Still Callum Kerr in there. Now Delembo. Johnson. Lovett Johnson. Cut out by Carpathios. Now Jallo. Coming forward here. It'll ride its way all the way through, and that one goes out of play for a throw-in. It's Jallo with a throw. Straight to Johnson. Brings it down in his possession. Looks to turn away from Mashamango, and Azzurri will continue to attack via this throw-in. Jallo immediately forward. Mashamango away, and Hellenic throw in. Thrown forward here, won by Delembo, coming in for a sliding challenge with Coombe. Camero into the back of Bernard, retains the ball, and now Camero comes wide to Said. Said looks to send the ball in. Mashamango with the header. Delembo from distance, and that one is a strike with venom and a lot of pace, just not quite directed in the immediate vicinity for McAdam to make a save. And as we surpass the 10th minute mark here, University of Azzurri certainly with opportunities early. Said intercepts this one. Fitzmaurice looks to get it forward in a hurry. And still stays in. Said was attentive to that one. Retrieves it and plays it back for his goalkeeper, McNevin. Now Callum Kerr. Looking to come forward for Johnson. Instead, Tega Ajeke will come across to this one and just marshal it out of play. Johnson with a quick throw, coming in for Safari Makuju. And tries the audacious, but instead runs out of real estate and out of play for a goal kick. Of course, this early stage, many thanks to the Northern Territory Government as well as McDonald's for their contributions to the World Game here in the Northern Territory. Hellenic will try and come out of defence here, a little shaky. Stefanidakis contains possession and plays it through here. Paraskos Coombe with pace, turns inside away from Callum Kerr. Camero with the ball, and Callum Kerr gets the clearance out and gets a touch of Stefanidakis, so Azzurri will remain with possession via his throw-in. Headed on by Johnson. Makuju back for Delembo, searching. Mashamango. Jallo. Federico Badia looking for a weighted ball, and Said needed to do well. And now Dil Said can come out with possession. Looks to shift one across for Johnson, does well. Oliver Johnson coming in towards goal. From distance, Johnson strikes, and a lot of power, especially from distance, to phase McAdam there. Carpathios searches wide, finds Fitzmaurice, and how can he fashion a ball forward? He joins in the attack, and it comes forward, and It was free kick behind the play, so advantage not given, and it comes back for a Hellenic set piece. Of course, Matthew McNabb was in an offside position as the ball was played, so instead the ball comes back. So possession does remain with the Blues side. Short by Fitzmaurice. Federico Badia sells Bernard. Now Carpathios. McAdam. Ajeke. Sending it forward. Nice vision as well. In comes Stefanidakis. Rides the challenge of Camero. Sends the ball inside the box. And that's blazed over the bar by Matthew McNabb. An opportunity there to open the scoring for Hellenic. Looked by all certain that the Blues would register the first of the evening. Nice work from Stefanidakis and palm straight to McNabb. Went for power instead of placement. And it goes over the bar. McNevin, goal kick for AZZURI, sent forward. Delembo coming forward to header it down. Johnson controls it, but only for the opposition. Fitzmaurice, cut out by Said here. Looking to angle one forward. Moses Makuju will run across to this one. Alexander Turner gets across and looks to cut out the channel, does so. Fitzmaurice, now Badia. Utilises Kane McAdam here. He'll load forward. Callum Kerr brings this possession down very well. Nicholas Stefanidakis. Wide overlap here by Samson Mashamango. Johnson coming back to defend and just does enough Johnson to see the ball out of play and throw in for University AZZURI. Camero. Just in the nick of time gets the ball away. Turner gets down to control. Federico Badia to George Carpathios. Tega Ajeke sees the run by Stefanidakis and is a little unbalanced as he took control. Quick throw in by AZZURI here. Johnson turns away from Mashamango. Looks to send this one forward. Safari Makuju running in a hurry, looking to play the ball first time. And Hellenic instead can come out of danger. Carpathios to Mashamango. Now Turner. Turner comes wide here looking for Fitzmaurice. Looking to play it through there. Cut off by Kerr, and now Jallo to Johnson. Can he create something from this opportunity here? Oliver Johnson comes back across to Missouri. Now Bernard back to Kerr. Callum Kerr here, still with possession. Ethan Camero. Curling, dinking one wide to Said. Inside for Kai Bernard. Position here for a shot, maybe. It's given some hit, but not quite direction to drive it towards McAdam's goal. Out of play for a goal kick. Turner. Ajeke. Need to be sent forward here. Paraskos Coombs made an enterprising run. Rama Missouri also running well to cut that one out. Kerr. Camero. Away from Stefanidakis, but corrals himself in danger. In comes Simon Bell. Barreling down goal. It's played across. Missouri does well to cut the channel there. McNabb was in open acres. Coomer sends it forward. Callum Kerr heads wide. And now Matthew McNabb. Still McNabb. Comes across well. Makuju. And Said will look to get there. Lex to leave it. And now Fitzmaurice. Carpathios. Stefanidakis with possession. Looking to utilise Coombe, touches inside on his left and dinking it wide. Saeed cuts that channel off. Coming forward too. And Jacquet back the other way, and that one instead goes out of play and for an AZZURI throw. Jallow goes long. Johnson receives short. Now he looks to curl one through, unfortunately just running through past Moses Makuju. Wasn't his general direction, but not quite timing the run enough to be able to come on to the end of it. Played in quickly. McAdam to Carpathios, and now Alexander Turner. Forward with possession, Alex Turner. Now it's with Fitzmaurice. Simon Bell looks to get in there, but Missouri as strong as well. Does earn the foul. So AZZURI can send this ball forward with a set piece. AZZURI does so, looking for distance. So Jacquet gets his header underneath it. Bernard arriving late and just coming in and really putting Carpathios down with force. Gives the foul away. Turner. Short to Carpathios. Federico Bania to Tega Ajeke. Moves it forward for Stefanidakis. And now Paraskos Coombe receives. Electrifying winger. Looking to come inside on his left. Comes across here for Badia. Fitzmaurice. Now Federico Badia. Looking to thread it through. Jallow clears it. Possessed there, Badia, and now Safari Makuju. And plays it through, cut out by Masha Mango. Good idea and intent there from Makuju. Masha Mango. Nice curling ball coming forward for Bell. And the offside flag is up. To deny Simon Bell the opportunity, it was a heavy touch. Nonetheless, the offside flag raised to bring an end to that attack. Kerr back to his goalkeeper, McNevin. And McNevin looking to send this wide, a little too wide, and it'll trail all the way out of play. Said. Delembo. Delembo sending it forward. Now Johnson. Going to come the other way. Alexander Turner cuts that one out. Carpathios. Looking to wade it through, and McNevin's across to meet that ball. And now he rolls it out for Callum Kerr. Oliver Johnson. Back to Kerr. Jallow's made an appealing run. Elects to leave it for Safari Makuju. Turns on Masha Mango, and now it's Makuju to Delembo. Back out wide looking for Makuju. Jeke arrives. And that one just goes out of play for a goal kick. Badia. Federico Badia looking to dink it across, and McNabb's come out, and McNevin read that one very well. McNabb through on goal, offside flag stayed down. Had acres to run into, if not for the goalkeeper. Just out of play, so 22.5 minutes or so played here. North Crest scoreboard still reads 0-0. had some opportunities, that's for sure. McNabb has stayed to ground. Free kick here to Hellenic. Shortly played for Carpathios. Now Turner. Back to George Carpathios. Badia to Mashamango. Now Federico Badia. George Carpathios. Rolls it along for Turner. Now Matthew McNabb. Looking for an outlet, looking for an avenue. Talembo cuts it out. Now the ball played here for Safari Makuju, looking to turn away from Tega Ejeke. And Turner runs back in the nick of time just to help it back to his goalkeeper and Kane McAdam. George Carpathios. Rolls it along for Alex Turner, and he looks to come forward and plays through a through ball, looking for Matthew McNabb. McNevin arrives and plays it into touch, and that is a throw-in for the Blues. Wearing their grey away kit and looking to get back into possession. Badia. Dinking one over the top, looking for Stefanidakis. McNevin comes, and Paraskos Coombe shoots from distance, and idea absolutely there. Just the finish not quite accurate enough from the number 7. Goal kick here for McNevin to take. Kerr. Johnson. Kerr. Come wide to Mashamango. Paraskos Coombe. Now Carpathios. Comes Paraskos Coombe. Digging into the box here. Time and space for University Azzurri. Johnson. Johnson doing very well to come away from Mashamango and reeling in the foul. Set piece here wide, taken quickly. Johnson. Going to send it forward. Carpathios cuts it out. Now Mashamango steals the ball, and they look to come forward as well. Callum Kerr instead comes forward. Now Stefanidakis stinking it on for Simon Bell, and that's a great first-time ball. Looking for McNabb, not quite finding him, and instead just out of play by the goalkeeper. Clever dink there from Simon Bell to play the on-running Matthew McNabb. Carpathios. That's a faint touch by McNabb, but it works well. Fitzmaurice comes away with possession. Now Federico Badia looking to come forward here. Simon Bell, but McNevin reads that one first. And Johnson touches in away from Mashamango. And now he's got Safari Makuju looking to pace his way forward. Safari Makuju enters the box as well. Strength, and is brought to ground. And a penalty kick is awarded. A yellow card as well shown to Tega Ejeke. And a penalty has been given for University Azzurri. Brings Safari Makuju to ground, earns the yellow card as well. And herein lies an opportunity, which what it looks like for Oliver Johnson to tuck away. And Oliver Johnson is the man to place the ball, and we'll see if he can put this one away and put University Azzurri 1-0 to the good. Skipping past the 20th minute here. Johnson against McAdam. Goalkeeper doing all he can to put the striker off. Vital kick coming up. In comes Johnson against McAdam, and he sends him the other way and puts University Azzurri 1-0 up. Fantastically taken penalty kick by Oliver Johnson. Sends Kane McAdam the wrong way, and University Azzurri now lead the right way. 1-0 on the North Crest scoreboard. Approaching the 29th minute of this game, and penalty kick sees now University Azzurri take the lead. This game was absolutely bound to have goals in it, and we've seen the opener just under the half-hour mark. Turner, Federico Badia. In for a Jeke. Can he turn the tide here? Centre half looking to play it out for Paraskos Coombe. Bell. Now it's Coombe dinking it in, and McNevin takes that one down, and immediately now Johnson. Delembo back out for Camero. Now Moses Makuju. Saeed. Turner. Away from the challenger Bernard, and cut out by Camero. Matthew McNabb doesn't quite entertain that. Keep it in. Instead, a throw-in, which he takes to Bell. Looking to play it through. Cut out by Azzurri in the meantime. Carpathios riding the challenge well. And Kerr's come away with possession for Azzurri. Looks to come wide. Mashamango for Hellenic can take it down. Cut inside for Nicholas Stefanidakis. Federico Badia for Paraskos Coombe. Lamine Jallo looking to come across and cut out Mashamango. Samson Mashamango puts the ball into the box, headed out by Saeed, away from the trajectory of Matthew McNabb, and now Moses Makuju. Not quite accurate enough for Kai Bernard. Turner. Matthew McNabb. To Lembo. This ball was given away, but won't profit from that passage of play. McNevin collects and looks to send it long. Alexander Turner just helped this one out of play. Federico Badia. Fitzmaurice. Gonna come past Moses Makuju and earn the foul there. Badia coming forward with possession. Goes wide to Fitzmaurice. Loads it up and puts into the box. McNevin rises, he tumbles it. Getting it clear is Jallo. Deflection off Johnson. Azzurri escaped that passage of play. Now Johnson. Plays it back to Callum Kerr. Now Jallo. Callum Kerr comes forward looking for Safari Makuju. Ajeke away with possession. Still with Ajeke. Delembo forward. Mashamango. And now Bernard. And Forward by Kerr. Fitzmaurice further wide. Matthew McNabb receives possession. Looking to come out against Saeed. McNabb across goal. Oh, and that very nearly was a good defensive intervention there from Ramazani Mazuri, but that could have turned into his own net. A good attacking run from Matthew McNabb. Took the ball down forward and whipped it across goal, and that ball could have gone anywhere, and thankfully for Missouri and the University Azzurri fans, it was behind goal just for a corner. In by Badia. Out to the back post here. That's Turner. He's fouled underneath it, and it comes free kick to Safari Makuju and earns, sorry, Moses Makuju, and earns a yellow card for his troubles. And a free kick here for George Karpathios to get his side back on level terms. Whistle is blown here just to, referee would like a word with Alex Turner and Dil Saeed here just to ensure there's no physical contact in the box. And now Karpathios drives it towards goal and collected gracefully by Dylan McNevin. Wicked throw out of his box, and now Oliver Johnson's away here, coming forward with pace and looking to send it forward for Safari Makuju. Enters the box and drives an attempt, and that's very wide, very powerful, but just not a lot of placement to see it go into the back of the net. Turner. Need to send it long. Matthew McNabb will receive. Did bounce unfavoringly for him, but he does well to come away with possession. Delembo tries to get the challenge in. Nicholas Stephanodakis pacing away from one and not the second. Goes to ground. Referee waves off that attempt. Missouri. To Safari Makuju. Turner gets in the challenge. Makuju tries to stay strong with him. Turner looking to come away. Camero trying to halt things up. Still here with Alexander Turner. Miraculous attempt to keep the ball, but eventually Safari Makuju strips possession. As Moses Makuju gets in there as well. Fitzmaurice. And there is a throw in there for Hellenic. Padia. Turner. Coming back here for Kane McAdam. Now Turner sending this wide for Alex Morris. Nicely weighted, touched through by Saeed. And McNabb takes it wide and to take the corner. Sent inside here. Camero commandingly clears it out. Johnson. Camero here in space. Moses Makuju. Can't quite keep the ball. Turner away. Now George Karpathios. And McAdam back to Carpathios here. Away and wide here. Fitzmaurice can make the run. He's fed it through for McNabb. Nice tackle and challenge there from Missouri. Needed to be spot on there. Just allowed to roll out here. Moses Makuju has stayed to ground. See if he is okay to continue, or whether it's just a momentary pause in play. Just a momentary pause in the game. It looked as though a substitution was in the offing. As Moses Makuju has stayed to ground here. Of course, at this moment of play, we can thank Ward Keller. They are your territory law firm, personal and business dispute resolution experts, and you can reach them on 1-800-978-360. It's 1-800-978-360. And Diamond Barbers, 3 locations, Parat, Bellarmac and the Darwin CBD. Book now in 2022 and stay fresh with Diamond Barbers. Sportsmanship there from Hellenic, just returning the ball back to University of Azzurri. They did play it out for their player to receive treatment. Captain Kerr going to send it forward. Mango intervenes. Carpathios looked to combine with Coombe, but the ball didn't come back. Camara away from Badia. Strong challenge. McAdam comes out to collect. Now Fitzmaurice. Still forward Fitzmaurice, Simon Bell. And Badia needing to send it back to Bell. Now wide for Paraskos. Coombe cuts it on the left. Still with Coombe. Badia onto his left. Will the ball come into the box? It does. Back post there. Johnson. Delemba back out wide here, looking for the run of Johnson. Does well, turns inside. Now Ethan Camara. Badia makes the challenge. Johnson reclaims the ball. He dinks it wide here for Said. We are set to see his brother join us shortly. Oh, and that's beautifully done there from Said. Takes the ball into the box. Does just enough Turner to see the danger out, but it is out of play for a corner. And a substitution to take place. It will be number 14 on the team sheet here, Atif Said, coming on into the pitch, and he is going to replace Moses Makuju, who did go off injured, and is making a long trek around the pitch to come to his place on the bench. Corner kick here in the meantime for University of Azzurri. Can they double their lead just before the break here? Would be the perfect end to the half for John Casares and his side. In comes the ball. Johnson's there, back post. He can't quite get there. Coombe will retrieve for Hellenic, and he looks to send it forward for Nicholas Stefanidakis. Back for Paraskos. Coombe leaves it for Masha Mango. Paraskos Coombe now. Coming down the line, Simon Bell. Federico Badia back to Simon Bell. Looking to take it inside, and Callum Kerr gets there and So allow McNevin just to clear it to the near side. Throw in. Carpathios. Barria. Back to George Carpathios. Stefanidakis. Missouri gets the challenge in there. Callum Kerr now. Looking to send it forward for Johnson. Take it Ajeke with possession, and his heavy touch sees that out of play. Johnson with a throw. Comes in for Safari Makuju. Looks to turn away from Ajeke. Does well, Safari Makuju. Away from Mashamango. Mashamango clears to Carpathios. Bernard doing strongly there with Carpathios. Back to Captain Turner. Camero here with possession for Azzurri. And he was in time and space to have an attempt himself, but he will be a little disappointed with the output there. The ball quite fortuitously fell to Camero, and close enough to absolutely have the attempt at goal, but on his left foot, possibly letting him down. And it is a Hellenic throw here. Back from Fitzmaurice. Federico Badia. Now Carpathios. Tega Ajeke. He looks forward for Stefanidakis. It'll come through for Azzurri here. Kerr does clear his lines. Said allows it to come over the top. He'll look to come away from Turner. And there is just throw in there for Hellenic. Fitzmaurice back to Kane McAdam. Now Carpathios. Alexander Turner. Tega Ajeke. Kuhn. Camero colliding with him. Coming away with the ball. Delembo still in there. Jallo. Shamango comes over to keep the ball alive for his side. Carpathios hurried there, but his ball is perfect there for McNabb. Simon Bell. Said coming in with a challenge. The two brothers combine. Dylan Atif, and it's number 14 now, Atif Said coming forward. Camero picked off by Fitzmaurice and reached the end of regulation time. Referee's determination to see how long exactly we have left to play, as Matthew McNabb coming inside here, very far back with the ball still, McNabb. Now Fitzmaurice. Carpathios to McNabb. Lifting it over the top for Mashamango. Takes it down well. Jallo clears for the moment. Federico Badia. Still with Badia, sending it wide. McNabb is alone in space here. Matthew McNabb looking to come inside the box. All ball, says the referee, and goal kick the decision. McNabb thinking there was contact in the box there on him, but the referee simply tells him to get back up to his feet. Contact he thought was minimal, as the referee brings us to the end of the first 45 minutes. And University Azzurri lead courtesy of a Oliver Johnson penalty. We'll have a short intermission here at the break, and we'll be joined shortly with you for the second half of action. Thank you for rejoining us, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of round 17, match 1 of the Men's Premier League here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. University AZZURI do currently hold a 1-0 lead, and that is courtesy of a Oliver Johnson penalty kick. HELLENIC go right to left on your screens for the second half. And we are just moments away from kickoff. And off and away we go. Carpathios. Badia. Alex Turner. Nicholas Stefanidakis. Angling it forward for Badia. Bit of a collision in there, but he remains with the ball. Fitzmaurice looking to launch an attack. Saeed does well in tight space to see the ball come through. Bernard back out to Saeed, and now Saeed can drive it forward here. Makuju with possession, looked to cut on his left and take it in, but through the legs of Ajeke, but leaving the ball behind. Now Carpathios drives it across, looks for Federico Badia. And now Matthew McNabb. Turns away from one and evades the second. And now Matthew McNabb still with possession. Comes wide here, Paraskos Coombe. Now Federico Badia having a speculative attempt from effort from distance, and that hit the crossbar. Awesome attempt there from Badia, catching McNevin unawares. Now looks to drive the ball forward. Makuju back in for Camero. And Camero heads wide here, number 14, Atif Saeed. Looking to come forward here and eventually to no avail. Carpathios, wide for Badia. Federico Badia sending it forward. Coming forward here for McNabb. Jallo coming in there too. A shot comes in, it's deflected. Paraskos Coombe. McNabb from distance, a bit of a deflection on the way through, minimizing the pace of the ball, and now AZZURI come the other way. Saeed. Bernard. AZZURI sending it forward here. Good distance and pace. Safari Makuju takes it down. Looking to come away from Alexander Turner. And he's brought to ground. No foul. Referee waves play on. Carpathios. Mashamango. Stefanidakis. Ajeke. Jallo cuts it off. Paraskos Coombe steals the ball back though, and now it is Mashamango. Tega Ajeke. Federico Badia. Back to Carpathios. Now Kane McAdam. To George Carpathios. Advancing forward his centre half, Tega Ajeke coming to play a ball. Of course, it was his assist last week against Casuarina that saw the Blues take the lead. It was Matthew McNabb who converted the Ajeke cross. He looked to provide again. Camero cuts this one out. Turner coming forward. Camero back to Missouri. In for Nicholas Stefanidakis. McNabb allows the ball to roll, and McNevin is just happy to see that come through to him. Saeed. Over Delembo. Now Kai Bernard. Saeed. And McNevin just seeks the retreatment of the line. And it is a throw-in. Fitzmaurice to Stefanidakis. Coming away from a couple challenges there. Camaro is able to drive it out. Now Johnson looking to come through for Makuju. McAdam arrives and he thrusts the ball forward. And Saeed will collect this ball for throw. Kai Bernard, skillfully done, looking to come forward with possession. And there is a challenge back in there on Bernard, so ball will come back for a foul for University Azzurri. Ramazani Missouri to take. And now Missouri send this ball forward. Jallo at the back post, does bring the ball down, but Badia has possession for Hellenic and looking to send it wide. Coombs created the space. Inside away from Jallo. Coombe on his left to launch it. Can't quite get to Badia, intercepted by Saeed, and now it's Ethan Camaro. Kai Bernard's picked off by Carpathios. Carpathios sending it wide to Samson Mashamango. Jallo and Mashamango will look to do a battle again. Mashamango gets the ball in, Bell heads, and it Bell heads wide. It was a good attempt from Simon Bell. Just couldn't quite be directed into the danger area. And it is out of play for a goal kick. Kerr. Sending it forward here, nicely taken down by Johnson. Mashamango. Stefanidakis. And that just rolls out of play for a throw-in for University Azzurri. Jalembo. Turner comes to intercept. Camaro, heavy touch. Come away from the midfielder now. George Carpathios to Federico Badia. Picked off by Saeed. Turns nicely away and he can send it through here for Safari Makuju. Look to come away from the goalkeeper. Safari Makuju here. In through on goal. And he strikes and scores. Hellenic now 2 to the good. And it's Safari Makuju back in the scoring sheet. The one who is one to put it through. Nice assist from Adil Saeed to really put Safari Makuju through the space, and when he is one-on-one with a goalkeeper, it's a very dangerous equation. And that equation resulted in perfection for University Azzurri. They now double their lead. And this difficult situation becomes just that slight bit more. Badia. Stefanidakis. Coombe looking to come away from Jallo, but Jallo stands his ground. It's a free kick to the Blues, though. This would be some comeback for Hellenic. They do, of course, still have some time on their hands. Plenty of that to go. All it takes is an opportunity for the Blues to halve the deficit. Fitzmaurice. Nice touch from McNabb to Stefanidakis. Fitzmaurice is to continue his run. It's back across, and it's on the line. No goal. And play on is the call. Fitzmaurice's ball comes across here. Believe that ball did not cross the line. The referee certainly waving it play on. And Turner going forward. Now McNabb. A nice win by Saeed. Takes the ball away from Matthew McNabb. And now forward for Atif Saeed. Turner comes in with a challenge. Federico Badia. George Carpathios. Sega Ajeke. Going to come away from Safari Makuju. Pressure put onto him. Jallo comes. Simon Bell now. Driving it forward towards goal, and Dylan McNevin collects that one for his side. Rolling it now for Said. Unfortunately, that play couldn't quite be connected for Hellenic that time. Carpathios to Stefanidakis. Now back to Alexander Turner. He looks to drive it forward, and McNabb arrives. And just able to shepherd that one out of play for a throw. Goal kick, sorry. Not a corner. And of course, at the moment, University of Azzurri sit on 9 points. Victory here will only take them 3 behind 5th placed Darwin Olympic. And of course, mathematics says that their finals chances aren't quite over, but of course, the Darwin Hearts are in 4th, a few more points than Olympic, so has to be perfect in on here the rest of the season for Azzurri to have any chance to play finals. But this is a very inspirational result for their young team. A lot of youngsters in the side, led by Callum Kerr of experience, and Delembo, some senior faces in there, but very much a young and youthful team on the rise, and they have a 2-0 advantage over Hellenic. 55.5 minutes on the North Crest scoreboard. It is a 2-0 advantage. Turner. He sends it wide. Coombe brings this one down. Samson Mashamango back for Paraskos Coombe. Turns away from Jallo, look to come to Said. Bernard's there back post, and he sees to that ball's release into the side for a Hellenic throw. All 4 nicely here for Carpathios. Alexander Turner. Looking to send it over the top, and Dylan McNevin will just allow that to roll out of play. Now Callum Kerr. Back to McNevin. Carpathios touches it back. Said will look to challenge his opposing 14. It is Alex Fitzmaurice that wins that battle. Carpathios riding a couple challenges there. Now Paraskos Coombe helps on for Federico Badia on the left, has a shot, and that one speculative attempt and over the bar for a goal kick. Substitution here in the meantime. And it is going to be number 11. It's Federico Badia. He is going to be replaced here. The 57.5-minute mark on the North Crest scoreboard, and his replacement, Roberto Sickles, coming onto the field. Sent forward by McNevin. Challenges Delembo is Turner. He wins it forward to the substitute there. Roberto Sickles coming. Takes off Bernard. Nice touch for Stefanidakis. Looking to go back to Roberto. Picked off by the goalkeeper there, McNevin. Johnson. Shamango takes care of him. Sickles back to Stefanidakis. Goes to ground. Kai Bernard with the ball here. Comes wide here now to Safari Makuju. But it's a cross goal here for Saeed. Through on goal, but the offside flag was always going to rise there. Carpathios. Rolls it back for Stefanidakis. Now McNabb. AZZURI comes and clears. Safari Makuju. Lags it wide now. Oliver Johnson through on goal. His touch held him up, and Mashamango away. Turner to Ajeke. Central for Carpathios. Coming forward was McNabb, but Saeed gets there. Now Delembo. Saeed. Camero to Delembo. Stefanidakis first to it. And a free kick there for Hellenic, and it's Sickles coming forward. Now McNabb across goal, blocked from Kerr. Now Saeed. Now it's Kai Bernard. A little away from the youngster, and Ajeke drives it wide, and it's out of play. And a yellow card shown there to Ethan Camara for his challenge on Stefanidakis. Jallo throws in. The advantage of Mashamango. Now Carpathios. Sickles. Turner. Back to McAdam. Back out wide to Alex Turner. Less than half an hour to go for Hellenic to pick up a result from this game. They're driving forward in attack this time. Fitzmaurice. Rides a couple challenges. Now McNabb. Cuts away from Saeed. Still with Matthew McNabb. We're going to dink it over the top. Mashamango's coming through here. Puts the ball into the box, and that unfortunately just hits side netting. Ball driven forward by McNevin. Delembo heads. Now Safari Makuju. Advancing forward for his side. Pushed off it by Ajeke. And now Sickles. George Carpathios. Delembo coming in aggressively. And Makuju looking to come away with the ball. Not quite successful. And there's a substitution here in the offing for University AZZURI. It's going to be number 18. Kai Bernard. He'll be coming off the field, and in his place is going to be Xavier Meehan-Lee. Ajeke. And Kerr clears it out of play. Throw into Hellenic. Carpathios looking for Bell. In comes Delembo. Now it's Saeed. Can Tiff Saeed find a ball? It'll come through here for Safari Makuju. Advantage for Safari Makuju, and he strikes with power, and it's driven wide again. And a let off again for Kane McAdam and Hellenic. Carpathios. Roberto Sickles. Carpathios to Alex Turner. Now Stefanidakis. Threading it through for Roberto Sickles. He'll continue his run through on goal here. Roberto Sickles cuts it across, looking for McNabb. Heavy touch. Goes to ground and to no avail. Tiff Said. Cut out by Stefanidakis. Good work by Tiff Said. Camero looking to play it through here for Safari Makuju. Fair challenge, and Makuju strikes. Saved by McAdam. And Jeke. Turner looking to eventually clear. Johnson getting pressure in there. Camero puts Jeke under. Now Stefanidakis back across for Alex Fitzmaurice. Now further wide for George Karpathios. He takes it to ground, and there's a foul there for Hellenic. Fitzmaurice. George Karpathios. Stefanidakis. Back to Karpathios. Now Alex Turner. Kane McAdam. Sending Tega Ajeke forward. Matthew McNabb through Delembo. Still with Matthew McNabb. Looks to come in all the way himself. McNabb, there's a shot away there and comes through for McNevin. Now looking to get his team off in a hurry. Fitzmaurice allows it to run. Said will look to come through. Cuts away from Fitzmaurice. Tiff Said takes that pass. Fitzmaurice now. Safari Makuju through here for Xavier Meehan Lee. Still with Meehan Lee. Wide for a Tiff Said. Now Delembo. To Said. Pass Fitzmaurice again. Now Delembo looking for a curling ball. Johnson might get there, and it is offside flag that rises. And it's Stylianos Rontos who replaces Alex Fitzmaurice. Bit of a formational switch. Samson Mashamango to come back out into this left-hand position. And Rontos will take up a right-back spot. McNabb heads. Azzurri forward. Said keeps it in, past Sickles. On the way back to his goalkeeper. Now Said. Safari Makuju through the legs. Johnson. Jeke wide for Mashamango. Turner back to Mashamango. Stefanidakis forward with possession. Paces away from Camero. And through here for Paraskos Coombe. Blocking from Jallo. Coombe still, and that's the goal. That's the goal Hellenic needed to get them back into the game. It's Paraskos Coombe that finishes it. Nicely worked through by Nicholas Stefanidakis, it has to be said. And Paraskos Coombe halves the deficit. Game very much back on here. .67.5 minutes gone on the North Crest scoreboard. University of Azzurri still lead, but now that lead has been halved in two. 2-1. Camero short for Said. Looks to take it past Mashamango and gets the deflection on the way out, so it will be an Azzurri throw. Adil Said to Atif Said. Mashamango, Karpathios to Stefanidakis. Now Roberto Sickles behind Rontos, but he has possession. Now it's Karpathios. Perfect ball here, and Matthew McNabb will be beaten by the offside flag. Does raise to deny him. Looked to be a absolutely sliced ball from Karpathios straight through to McNabb, but the offside flag rises. Safari Makuju. Through for Xavier Meehan Lee. Through the wide for Johnson, but he's not able to keep that in his stride. Ajeke. Karpathios. Now Samson Mashamango. George Karpathios. Back here for Samson Mashamango. Sickles. Cut off by Said. Now played through here, looking for Makuju. He'll still run across to put pressure there. Johnson. From distance, Oliver Johnson! And that's a wonderful save there from Kane McAdam. To deny Azzurri a third. Leaping into action to save his side is Kane McAdam. Gets a astronomically strong palm to that one, just to put it behind his goal and out for a corner. Tempo and excitement was already there, but it's raised a few decibels here. Less than 20 minutes to go. Now for Hellenic to either draw level or take 3 points, and for Azzurri to hold stead here and bring the 3 points home. Johnson comes in with the ball. Waited perfectly for Delembo. And out of play for a goal kick. Quickly taken. And now Rontos. Heavy touch there. And there's a foul there on Mihanley. Set piece here for AZZURI. Camara sending it forward. McAdam takes relatively uncontested. Mashamango. Now Karpathios. Looks to come forward. Here for Paraskos Coombe. Takes possession down. And he is fouled there as well. Now set piece here for Hellenic to do some danger from. Coombe. Sickles, McNabb. Looks to be a Paraskos Coombe ball. Will he get his double and bring Hellenic back on level terms? Final instructions for the wall by the referee as to what they are permitted not to do. Now Paraskos Coombe. Can his left foot be the strike to get his team back level? In comes Paraskos Coombe with a strike. He gets a deflection on the way through and over the bar. And out of play for a corner kick. In comes the ball. McNabb controls. Dinks it over the back post and past everyone. Ajeke is there though. Does turn away from Johnson. Take out Ajeke on his left. Sends into the box and cleared up into the air. Out of play for a Hellenic throw-in. Throw in here. Sickles. Azzurri clears it long. Now Safari Makuju looks to turn away from Rontos. Turns away from the support, but Makuju almost remained with possession. Now Mashamango. Forward here for Matthew McNabb. Coming through on goal here, Matthew McNabb. Saeed does well to hold him. Delembo. Comes wide here for Johnson. Now Safari Makuju. So turn away from Turner and past Stefanidakis. Safari Makuju. And look to thread it through for Meehan Lee, but not quite successful. Comes straight to the goalkeeper here, Kane McAdam. Back out to Carpathios in a hurry. Now Ajeke. Looking to come forward here, McNabb hard running to get to this ball. Keeps it in. Looking to load it into the box. Out from Azzurri, but Kerr helps it further forward. Mashamango heads back to Carpathios. Now Tega Ajeke. Simon Bell turns and has a shot, and that one well wide. Is we pay many thanks again to the Northern Territory Government and McDonald's for their prolonged support for Football for All in the NT. Ward Keller as well, your territory law firm. Can contact them on 1-800-978-360. 1-800-978-360. Also Self Medical for all your medical supply needs. They have a store in the quarter, Casuarina Shopping Centre. And of course Northcrest join their growing community today. House of Land Display Centre, Reuben Avenue in Berrima, open 7 days a week. Short with McNevin. Jallo. Outside of the football, off Coombe. That's an Azzurri throw. Jallo in for Safari Makuju. Ajeke. And there is a foul there. Substitution to take place as well for University Azzurri. And coming on the field is number 8 for the Azzurri, Justin Pablo, and he is replacing Ramazani Missouri. And opportunity fashioned here from Azzurri, and they almost had it pay, just hit the back of Xavier Meehan-Lee. Rontos now sends it forward. Justin Pablo heads out. Coombe. Now Roberto Sickles. Comes over here for Matthew McNabb. Look to combine with Coombe, and comes Paraskos. Coombe, out comes McNevin as well. Does read it well and clears his lines. Johnson turns away from Mashamango. Now to Safari Makuju. Comes through from Stylianos Rontos. Now Roberto Sickles here. Ethan Camero lays it wide. Saeed use the advantage of Stylianos Rontos. Now Kane McAdam. George Carpathios. Delicately weighted ball from Carpathios, brought down like a plum by Matthew McNabb, but the offside flag raises to extinguish that attack. An offside given, so free kick to be taken by Dylan McNevin. His ball's driven long. Stefanidakis reads it. Henley gets there as well. Justin Pablo strong. Looking to lay it wide for Said. Cuts it into the box. Nicely done from Said. Back to Justin Pablo. Still with Justin Pablo here. Looking to bring it forward. Nicholas Stefanidakis out of the danger area. Lays it further forward for Samson Mashamango. Now his wide ball looks for Coombe, but Lamine Jallo's there. Well done from Jallo. Said will do some hard running. Frontos gets there to play it back to McAdam. Now it's George Karpathios. Nicholas Stefanidakis. Samson Mashamango. Back to Turner. Now Kane McAdam. George Karpathios. Matthew McNabb coming deep to receive, but he can't receive. Ethan Camero for Azzurri. Said looks wide. Turner takes the touch that direction, but does well. Further forward now for Roberto Sickles. Keeps it in. Ball comes across. Delembo blocks. Now Xavier Mihenley. Callum Kerr takes it down and hoofs it forward. Turner heads. Sickles to Mashamango. Roberto Sickles outside of the football finds Paraskos Coombe. Momentarily lapsed and stopped, and there was a block off there, and there is a throw for Azzurri to come out of defence. Substitution to take place here as well. It's going to be Samson Mashamango coming from the field. He's going to be replaced by number 5, that is John Malis. Paraskos Coombe. Sickles, back to Coombe. Looking for a forward run of McNabb, but not quite finding him. Instead just comes back to the goalkeeper here, McNevin. And now we're into the final 10 minutes here, less than 10 to go, and still Azzurri hold this slender lead. Put forward here by Sickles, and McNevin gathers. Ball comes wide here. Johnson looks to keep it in play. Can't quite do so. Hellenic throw, but it will be an Azzurri sub. Substitution here for University Azzurri. And it's going to be Anthony Delembo coming from the field. He is going to be replaced by number 7. That's Lucas Kamara. So Roberto Sickles. Challenge in there. There's a foul on Sickles by Mihanley. Taken by Sickles, out swinging. Coming out here now for Karpathios. Frontos touches away, looks to continue. Kamara gets there. Coombs ball into the box, favours Ajeke. Heads and off the bar and beside for a goal kick. This would be some result for, of course, University Azzurri. Narrow that gap to 5th, down to just 3 points. Johnson Sending it long here. He'll wait well, and McAdam does well to meet the trajectory. And now Coombe away from Kamara. Coming now here for Roberto Sickles, player on the far side here. Rontos, he doesn't decide to use him. Still with Roberto Sickles. Challenging from Said Johnson. And Said sends it forward. There was a throw in there, so it will be a Hellenic ball. Sickles throws it in for McNabb. Takes it down. Matthew McNabb. Can't get past a couple of Azzurri players. Eventually, Adil Said clears. And now Johnson. Coming past Carpathios. Oliver Johnson. Dinks it through for Mihan Lee. Makudru arrives as well. And away comes Ajeke. Roberto Sickles. Carpathios. Simon Bell. Still with Carpathios and Hellenic. Nice wide position here for Paraskos. Coombe strikes, and Dylan McNevin makes the save. Less than 5 minutes to go here on the North Crest scoreboard. University of Azzurri maintain their 2-1 lead, and this would have put a massive dent on Hellenic's premiership race. In comes by Sickles and cleared by Jallo. Of course, there's still time to snatch a point for Hellenic. But if it stays the same, the Blues will stay on 29 points in third. Casuarina on 30 and Mindel on 31. Both play tomorrow, so that lead could extend. Ball comes across here, flashes in an instant. Ajeke not able to get contact. He does hard running to keep it in, but not quite able to do so. Goes out of play for a throw for Azzurri. Johnson. Tego Ajeke steals the ball. Dinks it over for McNabb. Kerr clears. Now Roberto Sickles. Alexander Turner from distance. Comes wide to Paraskos. Coombe over for Matthew McNabb. And that's a good save as well from Dylan McNevin. Hellenic really turning up the tempo in the attempts to find an equaliser late on here. Comes by Coombe, headed out there by Jallo to Carpathios as a shot blocked. Said clears. Now Makudru. And there is a yellow card in there as well for Malis. Just trying to do everything he can to grab onto the uniform of Makudru. Wanted a piece of him and instead earns the yellow card. Said forward. Now Safari Makudru. Nicely driven ball in for Mihan Lee. But offside flag does rise. McAdam now coming forward. Matthew McNabb. Time is running out for Hellenic. Can this be the opportunity? McNabb comes forward for Bell, but Said picks it off. And now Johnson in this wide position. Oliver Johnson against Alexander Turner. Looks to come inside, outside, back inside. Looks for the shot. Strong challenge. They can come away with possession. George Carpathios. Now Ajeke over the top here. Curl comes through. Now Bell looked to help it on for McNabb, not quite doing so. And play will be halted here as there is a player that's stayed to ground. It is Oliver Johnson. Another substitution will take place here. And it is Oliver Johnson coming from the field to be replaced by number 20. That's Angelo Theodorakopoulos. Said. Past Turner. Can't get past Karpathios. Stefanidakis. Turns away. Urgency pressed. Only seconds remain of regulation time. And then it's up to the referee as to how long exactly we have to go. Karpathios. His weighted ball, looking for Vrontos, made the attacking run. And McNevin collects and can come forward for his team. And kicks it long. Mayless heads. Karpathios. Stefanidakis looking to play it through here. Vrontos has made the run. Vrontos across for Bell, and it's blocked. Kamara does excellently. And there's a free kick in there against Matthew McNabb. That might have been the air opportunity. Wonderful defensive efforts there from AZZURI. They do come away with 3 points. It's absolutely deserved, and no thanks less to their defense. They've done brilliantly. Theodorakopoulos challenging with Turner. Karpathios. McNabb away from Said. Matthew McNabb still. Still with Matthew McNabb. Brought down. And second yellow card and a red for Ethan Camero. He is sent from the field. And now it is a free kick for Hellenic Athletic Club. And an opportunity to get a point from this game. And here is the set piece. It's Matthew McNabb to take. We are in stoppage time. Moments like these can really swing matches, and this one will surely have a lot riding on it. This to salvage a point for the Blues. Matthew McNabb comes in with a strike, and that one is wide. It's wide, and that one might just be one of the final kicks of the match. McNevin sends it long. Turner heads. Mihan Lee comes to that, brings down Stefanidakis. Referee waves play on. Said now trying to send it forward. Turner now. Said back with the header. Stefanidakis away and with possession, looks to drive it wide. Paraskos Coombe now. Cuts inside, Coombe with the strike, and that one bobbles out. Goal kick signalled. There's not long left now in this contest. It will be a goal kick for AZZURI in the meantime. And opportunities are running out. Mayless heads forward. Kamara swings it and goes back. Matthew McNabb trying to stay to ground, keep his footing, but he can't. Pablo sends it forward. McAdam needs to come out to this. He does. And that brings the game to an end. University AZZURI hang on for a very, very vital 3 points. They deny Hellenic the chance to go back to the summit of the Men's Premier League, and in doing so, keeping their mathematical chances of finals hopes alive. It was an opening goal from Oliver Johnson via the penalty spot, and then a double by Safari Makuju to have them 2-0 up, and then it was a goal back by Paraskos Coombe. But nevertheless, it is to finish 2-1 to University AZZURI. Congratulations to their young side. They'll be buoyant in the result. Commiserations to Jimmy Gallinopoulos and the Blues. They go home losers tonight. Good night. My name is George Scoufezis. We'll be joined with you tomorrow from 4 p.m. with some more Men's Premier League action. Until then, stay safe.